Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for this meeting today. The purpose of this meeting is to have a team kickoff for Dell EMC signage project. As you are aware that Dell and EMC merged into one company in 2016. Since then, Dell as a whole organization has been undergoing a massive consolidation efforts in its facilities throughout the globe. So as part of that consolidation efforts, rebranding is one of the steps that the company is taking to let its customers and stakeholders know that Dell and EMC is now one company. As part of that rebranding, the senior management of our company has decided that all the signages that are installed in all its facilities across the globe will be changed and converted into the new brand identity that has been recognized and approved by our brand management team. So without further ado, let's move on to the next slides. And in those next slides, I will be discussing on why this project is so important to us and also what are the plans for the project execution for this project. So let's discuss the agenda first. So as part of this agenda of this meeting, we will be starting with a quick team member introductions. As most of us have worked with each other in the past in different projects, so I don't think that a detailed introduction will be necessary, but we will do a quick round of introductions anyways. After that, I will be giving all of you a quick project introduction where I will be starting with explaining what a signage is for those team members who don't know what that term means. And then I will be explaining what the project objective is going to be. After that, I will be giving you all a broad overview of the scope. I will be discussing what is included in the scope, what is not included in the scope, what are the budget approved for this project, and also a quick review of the timeline. As part of the final slide, I will be discussing the project milestones that have been identified for this project and also the timeline for each of those milestones. So let's move on to the next slide. So in this slide, you can see that we have the team member names of all the core team members in this table. The table also has their job title, their project role for this project, and it also has the communication level or cadence as part of this team. Tom Hemsworth, who is the VP of Facilities Management, has been recognized as the project sponsor for this project. So he will be responsible for allocating all the budgets, all the dollars to our project to complete this project. And he will be the liaison between the senior management and our team to convey all the project requirements as well. I, Jitin Chandran, will be the project manager. And Chris Pine, he's part of our facilities procurement team. He has agreed to be the procurement advisor for this project. His key responsibilities will be to identify the supplier for this project through an RFP process and also conduct and finalize all the commercial negotiations for this project. Mike Johnson will be the site execution lead for this project, and he is our facility manager based out of our Hopkinton facility in Massachusetts. I will be working closely with Mike, and we will have a daily one-on-one meeting to discuss the project progress every single day and to address any key issues for each and every site location. Mike will also be coordinating with all the 350 site managers at the 350 site locations which are in this scope. Sophie is the director of our brand management team, and she has agreed to be the brand advisor for this project. Sophie's responsibilities will include approval of all the brand books for each site location. So Sophie will basically be approving 350 different brand books from each site location, only after which the supplier can go and start manufacturing those signs for us. Linda Walker is part of our finance team, and she is going to be the finance advisor for this project. Linda's responsibilities will include approval of all the supplier invoices, and she will also be the liaison between us and the finance team and the senior management. So let's move on to the next slide. So let me give you a quick introduction for this project. Now, what is a signage? For those of you who are not aware of this term, signage is the design and use of signs by any organization to send any kind of a key message to its stakeholders. If you're talking strictly from a business environment perspective, signage is used by any organization for its brand recognition and also for marketing or advertising purposes. So you can see a company's signage or sign in any of its products that it sells or any of its services and all of its facilities as well. So it is a key part of its brand identity. So now, as part of this project, as we discussed earlier, this project is part of a rebranding exercise for Dell after Dell and EMC merger happened in 2016. And our key objective in this project is to remove all the signages from 350 Dell locations across the globe and replace them with new Dell EMC Signage brand. If you look at the right side of the slide, you will see a logo of Dell EMC, which has been approved by our brand management team. This will be the logo that will go on top of all the facilities across the globe for Dell. So let me move on to the next slide. Now in this slide, I will be giving you a brief overview of the scope. Now, as discussed earlier, scope includes 350 Dell locations across the globe. I will be sharing a spreadsheet with all of you that includes the location names, addresses, and the point of contact names of all the site locations that are included in this scope. The scope includes interior and exterior signage. Now, as you can see in the image on the right, the interior signage are basically lobby signs and door signs. They will be the part of the scope. And also the exterior signage, those are basically the building signs, signs in the parking lots, and directional signs. Those will also be part of the scope. Now, what will not be part of the scope are any other internal changes that will happen after this project is completed. So for example, any change in product logos, notebook logos, or any kind of signages that we have on office supplies, those will not be part of this scope. These changes will be addressed by a different project with a different budget later on. The budget for this project is around $7 million, and it has been approved by the senior management. So I sincerely hope that we will be able to complete all the activities involved in this project within this budget. And I definitely look forward to our project team, our procurement team, to complete their activities within this budget and also provide us with significant cost savings on this budget. Now, as part of this final slide, I wanted to share the quick timeline for this project. We have identified some key milestones, which you can see under the activity column. And as part of that, as part of this timeline, we have 6 months to complete this project, and we will be starting with supplier finalization. Now, for supplier finalization, I would request the procurement team to start working on any kind of RFP process that they want to do as quickly as possible, and so that we will be able to complete this process by the end of June. Once we are able to finalize the supplier, we will be holding a kickoff meeting with the supplier as a core team, and we will be explaining the project requirements, the scope requirements, and the timelines associated with this project to them. Once that is completed, the suppliers can go ahead and start doing the site surveys and develop a brand book for each of those 350 site locations. Each brand book will include the total number of signs in that facility which fall under scope, and the number of interior signages, the number of exterior signages, their dimensions and sizes. All that information will be in that brand book. Once that brand book is developed, it will be sent back to us and will be approved by our brand management team. Once a brand book is approved, then the supplier can go ahead and start working on the construction drawings for those signs. Those drawings, once completed, will again be sent back to us for approval. And once those construction drawings are completed, then the supplier can go ahead and start the manufacturing process. While all this is being done, we also expect the suppliers to work parallelly on getting any kind of landlord approvals or municipal permits that are needed for any site location. This is because, as you're aware, that Dell is not owning all the 350 locations, and there are locations which are leased by Dell from particular landlords. So we would need those approvals to work on this project in that facility. Now, once the manufacturing process is started, we will be doing a quality inspection at the supplier locations to approve the manufacturing process. Once the manufacturing of signs is completed, those signs that are completed can be packaged and shipped to each of those site locations. And once those signs are received, installation of those signs can take place. Once all the signs are installed, we can start with the project closure, and we expect the project closure to start and end in December of this year. So this is all the information that I had as part of this presentation. I thank you all for attending this meeting and being part of this team. I look forward with working you all, and feel free to reach out to me in case you have any questions. Thank you and have a good day.